Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, I always like to talk about finding good deals on the things that I love. Movies, video games, music. It doesn't really matter. I like to talk about going to thrift stores, finding slightly used secondhand things, going to Walmart, hitting up their clearance bins, hitting up Amazon sales, scooping the eBay, HamiltonBook.com, those are all the places that I find good deals on. One that I don't talk about too often, it's been probably close to a year now, is Facebook Marketplace. That's a good place to look for slightly used movies. You can find other collectors on Facebook selling their things as well. And a lot of times when you buy from another collector, you're getting good conditioned stuff. So why don't you guys stick around with me today? I'm going to show you what I just received from a very nice Facebook order, a very affordable Facebook order, and some very cool movies in this. So stick around and see what we got. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and welcome back to my channel, JOHNDOEJUGGALO. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like my daughter says, it's free, and you can always change your mind later. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is where you're going to find me discussing my favorite things about movies and music, video games, and the physical medias that surround all of those types of mediums. So please sit back and relax and check out this next video. Alright y'all, so you know that in 2025 you're not finding 3D Blu-rays out and about just very often. I think last year I may have found 3 new to me 3D Blu-rays thrifting in my area. And then I did get some at like McKay's, and I think I got some on Facebook. That was the last order I got on Facebook, was 3D Blu-rays. But you just don't find them that often anymore. And I know that not everybody likes the 3D aspect of 3D Blu-rays. But some people do tend to forget that inside that 3D case is usually a 2D Blu-ray and a DVD. So if you just like to collect Blu-rays in general, or movies in general, there's probably a format within that 3D Blu-ray that you can still partake and enjoy. So I'm going to start off with this first one that I got from this fella. Now this fella that I bought things from, he's a very consistent seller on, I believe it's pretty much all the big Facebook collectors pages. Collectors by CLZ, buy, sell, trade, Blu-ray 3Ds, whatever. He's in like 4 or 5 different physical media groups on Facebook that I'm in, and he sells pretty consistently. He has a big warehouse full of things now and a big database. So he can go through an entire database. He can get you pretty much exactly what you want. If he has it, obviously. And he'll send you pictures to let you know exactly what you're getting before you send him money. Great seller. I believe he goes by Brad, B-R-A-D, with a capital B, and then A-P, and it's a capital A-P. I don't really know anything else beyond that, and the fact that I've made good deals with him before. Now, this first one, I already have this movie, but I bought this for a slipcover. Yes, I did. My 3D Blu-ray section's looking pretty darn nice, but what I did do was I pulled all my Disney movies out of there, and I put all my Disney movies in one section together. So I have all my 3D Blu-rays for my Disney movies together. And if there's one thing that anyone that's ever looked at 3D Blu-rays notices, it's that Disney makes really nice lenticular slipcovers and all their spines look really nice together and lined up. So I had to get this one because I got the film, I think, about a year ago. I was shopping at McKay's, and I think I found it for like $3 or $4, and it didn't have a slipcover. And I didn't really know much about slipcovers, didn't really care that much about it, and I didn't have my Disney movies all kind of lined up together to notice how much of a sore thumb it looked like. So I bought this one strictly on the slipcover, but the guy gave me a great deal. So we ended up getting Disney's Brave, and as you can tell, it lenticulates. Disney had some of the best slipcovers for 3D Blu-rays, in my opinion. You got this really nice shiny silver border, which they would do silver borders on a lot of their 3Ds. There's even a few of them that they had like a little red. Sometimes it would just go with the movie. But this is the full pack. That's why I say here we got the 2D Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray, DVD, and it even came with a digital copy. Now this is a 5-disc edition, and I believe it's because the digital copy even comes on like a disc that you're supposed to rip it from. I mean, this is like everything. This is every format that exists on this movie except for the 4K format. And I've decided that personally, if I have it on 3D, I probably don't need it on 4K. There are a handful that I have here that I have on 3D and I have on 4K, or ones that I have on 4K that have 3D counterparts that if I find them, I would still get them. But I'm trying not to double dip too longer anymore. So I'm going to be trying to just, I probably won't get this on 4K. I've still not seen this film yet, but I know that my kids like it. They've watched it on Disney Plus, and I'm hoping that I can get them to watch it with me in 3D. Now, this next one is also another Disney movie that I missed. I'm assuming it's just because of maybe around the timing it came out, and I don't know. It has to do with the timing, right? This one came out in 2016. Okay, so the Blu-ray of this came out in 2016, which would have made my son about 8 years old, and he probably would have really liked this then. So I'm not sure how we missed it. My daughter would have been about 2, so I don't know. She's probably seen it on Disney Plus by now. But this one always looked really exciting to me. And this is another, I believe, 3-disc set. So you get multiple formats. You don't have to keep it for the 3D, but it has a really nice lenticular. And that's going to be Zootopia. Now look at this. It lenticulates as well. Nice shiny silver background. And see, all these got like characters on the spines, and they all just line up really well. Now this was a 2016 release, and I just happened to miss this movie. But look, it's got all the bonus features. Now they're probably built into that 2D disc, but it's got all the bonus features. It's got the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the 3D Blu-ray. At this point, really, the 3D and a lot of these packs were the extra disc. By 2016, you either had 3D or you didn't, because 4K was popping off on the market the same year, But I'm very excited to finally check Zootopia out. They're making a sequel to it. So I think it's time that I should probably watch it, because my 5-year-old son now, my youngest, he would probably have a lot of fun with this one, and I think that I'd like to take him and my daughter to see the second one when it comes out, because I believe it's coming out either later this year or in 2026. So very excited to check out Zootopia. All right, and so for this next one, it's not a Disney movie, but it is another kids-friendly, family fun type of movie. I know not everybody comes here to be like to see all of my family-friendly movies, but I tend to feel like I watch good family films with my family. So maybe we watch crap, but I don't think so. I think we watch some pretty good family movies. And if you're ever looking for good family movies, I think that if you're here listening to what I'm talking about family movie wise, you're going to get some good stuff to watch. You're going to get some good stuff to watch. So this next one, now, I don't think I've actually ever seen this sequel. I watched the first one with my son, and we watched it in 3D way back because I think that's the only way I've ever owned the film. But the original gets a live action remake this summer. So I'm very excited to go and check out part 2 finally, and we'll get to watch it the way that I like to watch movies, which is in 3D. This was another one that came with its slipcover, which is another reason why I really like dealing with this seller, because when you ask him, hey, does it come with a slipcover and is it in good condition? He doesn't make fun of you. He doesn't chuckle. He doesn't laugh, react, none of that stuff. He's just like, yeah, this one has slips. There were some that didn't have slips, and I told him no thank you, and he was fine. We just went on to asking about the next ones. Now this one is embossed and everything. It's really nice, and that's How to Train Your Dragon 2. Now, I never had How to Train Your Dragon Part 1 on 3D until my birthday last year. And like I said, I watched Part 1 with my son. I used to have it just on a standard 2D Blu-ray until my friend bought me Part 1. I believe he was out, movie hunting around a little bit for himself, and he happened to see a 3D. And I have amazing friends in my life that when they're out and about, if they see 3D movies, they either buy it for me and ask me later, or they'll message me when they're shopping. They're like, hey, do you have this movie in 3D? Because I think I found a good deal for you. And that's what happened with Part 1. So I just got to watch Part 1 somewhere between now and July, and I'm not even so sure I watched it all the way through. I maybe just skimmed through it a little bit. I love the film, though. Very excited to check this one out for the first time. Really nice slipcover. And again, with most all 3D Blu-rays, it comes with all these formats. You're not stuck with just the 3D disc if you don't have a 3D. If you just want a really nice edition of this movie, this is one. I mean, look at that. Got a really nice embossed slipcover. And it's got all these extras on here, but it doesn't really show you like how many discs, I guess, till you get back here on the back of this case, and then it'll tell you it's a 3-disc set. But that's where you go, if you don't even mess with 3D, you could still get this to get the Blu-ray with all the special features built in and get a bonus DVD copy of it. So, now this is on a 50 gigabyte dual layer Blu-ray, according to this. Now, I don't think a lot of these even say that in general. But this one does. This one says 50 gigabyte disc. So, pretty excited about checking out How to Train Your Dragon 2. Alright, so this last one. Yes, we're there already to our last. This is another one that I've not ever seen. We're actually going through a Marvel rewatch currently right now. Me and my wife took about a 6 or 7 month break on it. But we had started watching them after we watched Deadpool Wolverine last summer. We decided we're going to go ahead and start all the way back at like X-Men, kind of work our way up. And we were jumping around from different series. I didn't want to just stick on just X-Men, kind of get bored, whatever. Well, at the time of this recording, last night we just watched First Class. So we're getting right back into that role of trying to get on them, right? And get on that watch list. And I always wanted to see this one, but I was always being a little picky. If I couldn't watch it on 3D, I didn't want to freaking watch it. Well, now I have that opportunity. And this is another one that came in a really nice slipcover. And that's going to be X-Men, Days of Future Past. I've never seen this one. I really like First Class, but I hear that this is even better than First Class. I hear this might be the best, one of the best X-Men movies that exists. So, like I said, I've never seen it, but look at this. It's a really nice slipcover. It has an hour of extraordinary special features, it says. So, like I said, pretty excited about this one. And again, this is another one that if you don't have a 3D, you could get it for the Blu-ray, because I believe this has a different artwork than what came out on the standard Blu-ray back in the day. If you like this artwork more with, you know, the Sentinels and stuff, you might want to grab this one just because you get a really cool disc with it, right? And this is cool because it has more extras in it than just the discs. So we got, you know, we have our 3D disc and our Blu-ray disc. And I really like what they did here when they put like Xavier on one disc and Magneto on the other. So I think this is very neat. I'm excited to check this one out. I pretty much stopped with X-Men after First Class. I watched First Class and I'm like, oh, it was pretty good. I like Kevin Bacon. He's awesome. It's a prequel. And then they did Days of Future Past and I'm like, that's stupid. They're bringing the two casts together way too quick for my liking. I thought that they should have had one more of like the young actors, but all these years later, I've heard so many good things about this. I'm probably sleeping on a really good movie. Now, what was inside here is this, and I didn't know this was part of this. This is really cool. It says fan artwork, and it's got, I guess, you know, it's like a little book of fan artwork. Very cool. I don't know if you get this in like the 2D version or not, but it's got some really neat artwork. I really do dig that. So, yes, we basically got a whole bunch of old 3D Blu-rays today, guys. I know. Nothing new school. Only dorks like me who still like 3D even probably get excited about this kind of stuff. But I do. And if I ever lose access to my 3D TV, if it stops working, I'm going to be a sad person. I really will be. 3D Blu-ray is my favorite format. It truly is. I really always enjoyed the types of things they did with it and the kinds of movies they gave us for it. I mean, look at this stack. We got really nice family films. We got really cool comic book movie. And I mean, honestly, you could probably watch X-Men Days of Future Past with your family for the most part. It's probably just PG-13 based on a little bit of violence and comic book violence. And if you don't mind a little bit of violence in action in your movies for family movie night, then, I mean, this might just be a really nice family movie night weekend set right here, you know? So what do you guys think? Did I grab up some pretty good stuff? I think I did. I think I grabbed up some really nice 3D Blu-rays, some that I've been very excited to add to the collection. And basically 4 movies that I didn't want to watch until I could watch them in 3D. So now I can. All thanks to Facebook Marketplace. I mean, there's some great collectors on there selling off their old stuff, and maybe it's because they don't have 3D any longer and they've all just kind of pivoted over to 4K. That makes it great for people like me that still want 3D and possibly 2 don't really collect 4K, or they're always still trying to find a good budget on their movies so they can get more movies. That's where I like to sit most of the time, is get a good deal on these ones so I can afford to get these ones as well. Anyways, if you guys hung out here this whole time and watched this video today, I really appreciate it. We like to talk movies here mainly. I do talk some music and some video games from time to time. I do want to talk a little bit more of that. I do need to get a little better in my mind and set myself up a little better for a little bit of content rotation. But I get on here and I have fun, and I have a whole lot of fun knowing that you guys get on here and enjoy watching it and enjoy having fun with me. So I want to take a moment to thank my members. You guys are awesome. You guys go above and beyond and make me feel like I'm doing something great for the community. So thank you all so very much. But like always, y'all, that doesn't matter. If you're here and you're watching this and you're liking it and you've subscribed, that's really all I care about. I just want to get on here, have a good time talking about the things that I love to collect and enjoy in my leisure time. Like always, y'all, just remember, with all of your media, as long as you can, keep it physical.